Today, the focus is on the core, and I want you to think about using the core to, like, if we're in twists or things, or lifting legs and stuff, to use the core to do the action. If you really focus on it, it does make a huge difference. You might ache a little bit afterwards or tomorrow, but it's good for you. Coming to lying on your mats. Have your knees bent to start off with, and have them about hip width apart, so roughly a clenched fist apart. Circle your hips, align your shoulders, palms are facing upwards. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the nose. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Relax your shoulders. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Relax those shoulders. Just let your torso sink down into the mat. Have a little think about your feet. Lift your toes, spread your toes, place the toes down. Make sure the ball of your foot is firmly on the mat, the heel. And then try and press down into your feet from your knees past your shin bones. Press the feet down a little bit. Keep the feet engaged and then start working from the knees down the thigh bone, pushing your hips into the mat as well. And now draw Uddiyana Bandha in as you flatten your lower back on the mat. Keep lower back engaged and press your back, your upper back, your shoulders down into the mat. So you're pressing into your feet, your hips, your lower back and your shoulders. And then release, coming back to your natural S shape on your spine. Slide your arms out to the side so they're T-shaped, palms facing upwards. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, flatten lower back slightly into the mat. Now keep that core firmly pulling in and just let your legs drop over to the left, using the core to control it. Let them come as low as you like without your right hip or right shoulder lifting. Now keep that core pulling up and in to bring your knees to center, and exhale them over to the right. Keep the core pulling up and in. Inhale to center using the core. Exhale to the left again. This time turn your head to the right. Let the legs come down a little lower. Engage core to bring knees to center. Exhale, legs to the right, turn head to the left. Let legs come down as low as they will go. Engage core to bring those legs back up. And then move your feet so they're wider than your mat. Reset the core, flatten lower back into the mat. Let legs drop to the left, turn head to the right. Pausing here for a moment, let the legs just sink down, relax your shoulders. Now draw Uddiyana Bandha up and in, squeeze Mula Bandha, squeeze those pelvic floor muscles as you lift the legs. Keep the core engagement as legs drop to the right, head turns to the left. Relaxing here, relax your shoulders. And then engage the core to bring the legs back up to center. And then walk your feet in, so feet are touching, knees are touching. Use that core strength to drop knees over to the left. Keep knees together. Don't let the knees separate. Turn head to the right. Engage core. Bring knees to center. Let them drop to the right. Keep the knees firmly, tightly together. Head to the left. Engage core. Bring your knees up. Flatten lower back. Strong core as one leg, two legs lift. Point your toes away from you. Pull the toes towards you as you flex. Point, flex, relax those shoulders. And then keeping the knees together, the feet together, flatten lower back by pulling Uddiyana Bandha up and in, and start to drop the legs to the left, turning head to the right, and let your legs come all the way down, but keep the knees together. Hard to do, they might not come all the way, but really important, keep those knees together. Turning head to the right. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, bring legs back up to center. And exhale, the knees firmly clamped together to the right. Turn head to the left. My knees don't come all the way down to the ground on this side if I'm keeping my knees together. Engage Bandha, bring knees back up to center. Bring your arms up so fingertips are pointing to the ceiling. Extend right leg. Keep fingers reaching up to the ceiling. Lift, 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 so shoulders lift. Inhale, right leg in. Left leg extends long. Use the core to stabilize. Inhale in. This time as right leg extends, arms reach long overhead behind you. Right leg comes in, arms lift. Extend left leg, keep drawing Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, up and in as arms come up. Right side again, arms extend, maybe bringing the leg a little bit lower. But if your lower back starts to arch, lift from the mat, bring the leg up higher. Inhale back, exhale left leg, dropping as low as you can go without your back arching. Inhale up. Two legs perhaps. Two legs extending, arms lifting. But if this is going to mean your lower back arches, stick with one leg at a time. Inhaling up. Exhale, extend. Inhale up. Exhale, extend. And we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. Put your hands on your knees. Let the knees come out. Bring the soles of the feet together. And then just start to rotate the knees above the hip joint, drawing big circles. Going one way, so your knees are going to move forward and backwards. And then change direction, pulling them towards you, out and away. Nice big circles, toes stay together. And then coming back to your neutral pose, bring both hands to the right knee. Extend left leg. Draw Uddiyana Bandha up and in. Lift your head and shoulders. And swap sides. Point the other leg away from you. And swap sides. Keep lifting. Keep pushing your lower back into the mat as you switch from side to side. Extending one leg at a time away from you. Letting the foot come as low as is comfortable for you. But don't let your lower back lift. You want it constantly pressing into the floor. One more time on either side. And then release shoulders, release head. Wrap arms behind the knees, hug knees to the chest, and take a little roll from side to side. Turning the head as well, releasing the neck. And then reset your 90 degrees. T-shape those arms. Engage your Uddiyana Bandha. Flatten lower back. Really press the lower back into the mat. Squeeze your belly button up and in. Keep that core engagement as you slowly lower both legs to the left. We're coming to a hover. Stop the minute your right shoulder starts to lift. Pausing here. Extend top leg, point the toes away from you. Breathe. Try and relax the tops of the shoulders. It's really hard. Inhale, bend knee, back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. Straighten the top leg, point the toes. Breathing here. Bending knee, inhale to center, back to the left. Point the toes away from you. Use the core, bend knees, bring them up to center. Use the core to drop to the other side. Extend top leg in your hover. Inhale, center, one more time either side. Knees to the left, top leg pointing straight. Inhale, center. Lift using the core. Exhale to the right. Top leg straight, toes pointing. Inhale, center. And back to our neutral pose. Toe taps. Draw Uddiyana Bandha up and in. Really press that lower back to the mat. So you're hinging from the hips. You can even put your hand on your hip bone. Keep the 90-degree bend and slowly, slowly lower one leg, tap with the big toe, use the core to bring yourself up. Other side, keep that 90-degree bend, moving super slowly, relax your shoulders, tapping, coming up. We're going to do it 5 times on each side. So focus on pulling your belly button up and in. Try to relax your shoulders, your arms. Keep that core strong, lower back imprinted on the mat. I'm on round 4. So hopefully we're all working at the same pace. And then last time on each side. But keep that core really engaged. And then wrap your hands around the front of your shins, hug knees into chest. Take that lovely little rock from side to side, massaging your back. And then release both legs up to the ceiling, flex the feet. Push the heels away from you. Arms by your side, palms facing upwards. Actively relax your arms, your shoulders, your chest. Pull belly button towards the spine, flatten lower back. Flex feet really firmly as we start to lower the right leg. For 10, 9, 8, relax shoulders, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're going to hover, 3, 2, 1. Hover, keep pushing your lower back into the mat. Relax the shoulders, use that core, and inhale back up for 10, 9, 8, 7. Relax shoulders, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Push the heels away, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover, pull the core up and in. Keep breathing, relax the tops of the shoulders, relax your face as we come up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset your lower back, press it into the mat. Strong core as you start to drop both legs, feet flexed out to the side in a wide straddle. Letting your legs come as low as they will go, and then turn the feet so the heels are pointing up, lifting your legs slowly back up so heels tap. Heels tap, toes touch. Heels out to the side, leading down with the heels. Keep that core strong. That's what's moving your legs, not your leg muscles. Squeeze core up and in as you lift up. Heels tap, toes tap, heels out and lower. I want to see those core muscles pulling in, squeezing as you lower and lift. Coming to the last time, leading down with the heels. Flip feet, leading up with the heels. And bend the knees, wrap arms behind the knees, hug them to the chest. Take a little rock and roll from side to side. I know my core muscles are going to be hurting tomorrow, but it's a good pain. And then release from behind the knees. Take the outer edges of your feet, draw the knees down to your armpits. Take a happy baby as you rock from one side to the other. And again here, your core is doing the work. So squeeze your belly muscles to help you move from one side to the other. You can use the back of each shoulder maybe to help push yourself back up by flexing those muscles behind your shoulders. And then coming to a still pose. Take the big toe, thumb, index, and middle finger, and extend one leg out to the side. Push the heel away from you. Pausing here, push the heel a bit further. Inhale back up to center. Other side, really press the heel away. Pull the big toe towards you. Feel that inner thigh stretch as you release. Back to center. This time, wide straddle, both legs out to the side. Now your shoulders will probably lift, so actively pull the shoulders down, press them down onto the mat. Press the heel away from you, pull the toes towards you. Then release big toe, Bring your fingers up to the ceiling, arms lifted, fingers pointing up, and slowly bring your legs up together. Point the feet, flex the feet, point and flex. And then take behind the thighs and rock and roll up and down your spine a couple of times to bring yourself up to your cross-legged seat. Little reset here. Move the flesh away from your sits bones. Push down with your sits bones. Draw belly up and in as hands rest on your knees. Pull shoulders down and away from the ears. Slide shoulder blades in and down behind your spine so your shoulders are going to be going backwards. Chest is proud. Keep the shoulders where they are as you release the arms out, palms face up. As the arms lift, pull belly up and in, hands shoulder width apart. Keep lifting the core up and in as you fold. Inhale, center. Exhale, other way. Belly lifting up and in. As arms lift, turn palms outwards. Bring hands down either side of hips. Inhale, lifting up, arching, looking behind you. And exhale, release hips, arms out. As the arms lift, belly lift, pulls up and in. Hold. Lift with the core. Exhale, use that core. Inhale, lift, flip the palms, spread the fingers wide, straight arms coming down. Press into the mat and lift, looking behind you. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths, so press harder into the hands. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Then exhale, exhale, release bottom. Bring your feet in front of you. Knees are bent, hands are still on the mat. Inhale, lifting up to your tabletop. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Lift those hips a bit higher. Weight is on the left foot as right foot lifts up. Point the toes. Pausing here for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring right foot to the mat. Reset hips as left foot lifts. Point the toe for 3, 2, 1. Release and bring your bottom to the mat. Crossing feet at the ankles. Rolling over onto your knees. Quick round of cat-cow. Drop belly. Press into hands as tailbone lifts. Lift your eyes up, but don't lift your head up. Keep the back of your neck long. Pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. And exhale, press into hands and knees, chin to chest as you arch into your cat. Inhale, drop belly, lift tailbone, lift your eyes up, looking up. Exhale, pull belly up and in as you come to your cat pose. Inhale, drop belly, lift tailbone, lift gaze. And exhale, arching to your cat. Now keep that arch in your back as you press into the hands. Slowly start to push your hips down towards your heels. And then lower the forearms, forehead, take a little child's pose. Breathing here. Make fists with your hands and just wiggle your fists to and fro, releasing any pressure in your wrists. And then pressing into your knees, hands under shoulders. We're back in our tabletop. Right leg lengthens away, left arm lengthens away, little finger touching the mat. Engage core, lift left arm, lift right leg. Press right heel away from you, reach right arm forwards. Now, as you exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbow, bring elbow to right knee, crunch. Use the core to extend long, press heel away, reach hand forward, and crunching in. Extending long and bring knee to elbow, pausing here. Lift the knee higher and release to the mat. Left leg long, right arm long, little finger on the floor. Engage core, lift arm, lift leg. Press the heel away, reach the hand forward. Breathing here, balancing here. As you exhale, right elbow to left knee, crunch. Keep core engaged as you extend long, press heel away from you. Reaching down, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend, press heel away, and exhale, crunch. Pausing here for 3, for 2, for 1, and lower the knee. Lower right hand. And just give your hips a little sway from side to side. Keep your shoulders a little sway from side to side. Your head just moving your body kind of randomly, just easing everything out, maybe rotating the hips, circling them a little bit one way and the other way. And then bringing right hand to your temple like you're saluting. As you inhale, start to lift right elbow to the ceiling, turning, looking up. Pausing here, engage that core as we come back level to the mat. Inhale, twist and lift, get that core strong. Exhale, flat back. Inhale, twist, pausing here. For 3, pull the belly in. For 2, for 1, and release. Right hand under right shoulder. Left fingertips to temple like you're saluting. Inhale, twisting up to the left. Keep core strong as you come back to neutral. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, lift, twist, and breathing here for 3, for 2, for 1, and lower both hands to the mat. Tuck the toes and lift your knees 2 centimeters off the mat. Pull shoulders away from ears. Hovering for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees and bring your forearms to the mat. Hands under shoulders, interlace fingers. Press the outer edges of your hands on the mat and slide both legs away from you. So you're coming to a forearm plank. Drop the right knee. And then straighten right leg, drop left knee. Lift left knee, drop the right knee. And you're going to alternate from side to side, tapping one knee at a time onto the mat. You're looking down towards your hands, elbows under shoulders. Strengthening, toning. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And release your knees, hands under shoulders as you press back. Keep your arms long, keep elbows lifted, and drop your hips to your heels, forehead to the mat. Taking an extended child's pose. You want to pull your shoulder blades down and in and away from the tops of your shoulders. Arm muscles are engaged. Spread your fingers wide. Press every finger pad on the floor. And then on your next inhale, tuck your toes and lifting up, taking our first downward dog. Pedaling out one leg and the other leg. Pedaling from side to side. And then coming to a still dog. Press into your hands, push thighs, chest to thighs. Lift hips and lower heels. Breathing here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then bending knees, walking forwards to the top of your mat. Keep your hands flat, firmly pressed on the mat, so bend your knees. Rest your belly and chest on your thighs. Give your head a nod, yes. And give it a shake, no. Engage your core, pull belly button up and in as you slowly start to roll up, arms heavy, chin to chest. Straightening legs, straightening torso, arms reaching out, reaching up and to heart center. All right, reset those feet, big toes together, heels fist width apart. Lift kneecaps, lift the fronts of the thighs, squeeze them up and in. Get that belly engaged, that little pelvic tilt as you pull down underneath you and pull up. Inhale, arms out wide, lift, looking up, a little back bend. Exhale, pull belly up and in, support your lower back as you swan dive to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, middle fingertip touching, legs straight. Exhale, fold, keeping your legs as straight as you can. Step the right foot back, the left foot back to your plank. Pausing here. Make sure your hands are under shoulders. Draw your belly up and in. Squeeze that core. Lower the knees. Chest and chin, elbows firmly on your rib cage. Inhale, baby cobra, flat feet. Press into hands to knees, tuck toes. And we're in down dog, looking between your ankles. Inhale, look forward. Step the right foot forward, the left foot forward, toes touch, heels apart. Belly pulling up and in as you reverse swan dive. Hands kiss and heart center. Inhale, arms reaching out in the big circle, taking your back bend. Pull belly up and in as you swan dive to your mat. Halfway lift onto fingertips. And exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, lower the left knee, flatten the left foot. Coming to fingertips, or hands to the knee, or arms reaching up, your choice. Reach the arms, sink the hips, pull shoulders away from ears. Whichever pose you're taking, press those hips down, feel that stretch along the front of the left thigh. And then hands either side of right foot, stepping back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Squeeze your inner biceps against your chest. Inhale, cobra, or up dog. And meeting in downward dog, either via the knees or rolling over toes. Weight is on the right foot, left leg lifting up high to your three-legged dog. Press the heel away. Now just pull that left hip down a tiny bit. Lower the right heel a tiny bit. Press harder into your hands, push your chest to the thigh. Lift your head, look forward, step left foot between your hands, lower right knee, flatten right foot. Either fingertips, hands on the knee, or arms lifted, but sink those hips really low. Arching the back, looking up, whether your arms are lifted, whether your hands are on your knee, or fingers on the floor. Whatever's going to feel good for you. Get those hips sinking even lower. Nice, everyone. And hands either side of left foot, tuck toes, stepping forward, toes touch, heels apart as you fold. Pull belly up and in as you lift, as hands lift, and hands heart center. Shift the heels together, feet together, zip up between your legs, like there's a zip going the whole way up your legs. Zip those legs tightly together, arms by your side. Palms facing forwards. Lift your arms behind you. Lift them a bit higher, squeeze shoulder blades together, and then lifting arms, sinking into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Pull shoulders away from ears, lift gaze, lift hands, curl little finger under. Drop your hips a tiny bit lower, nice. Lower still. Get that core nice and strong as you forward fold. Halfway lift, and then hands either side of your feet, or if you're jumping back a little bit in front of your feet, bend the knees, stepping or jumping back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, strong arms as you lower and hover for 3, 2, 1, cobra or up dog. Drop the knees mat width, big toes touch, hips to heels, lower your forehead and relax your body. Let your hips sink really low down to your heels. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, relax your face. Just breathe. And on your next inhale, reach those arms long away from you. Spread fingers wide as you tuck heels, coming up to your downward facing dog. Weight is on the left foot as right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Press the heel away from you. Bending the knee, bring heel to hip. Rotate the hip, looking underneath the arm. Staying here or flipping over onto the left foot, right leg comes down, right foot to the mat, and arching, lifting up. Lift those hips higher. Engage the core, hard to do when you're in this pose, but really pull your belly button up and into the spine. Let the right arm fall down a bit lower. And on your next inhale, press into the left foot, lifting right leg back to three-legged dog. Look towards your hands. As you inhale, shift your weight forwards. Tap your knee behind your right elbow. Pausing here, squeeze the core. And inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Try and touch your nose with your knee. Squeeze your belly. And inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. You're coming to a twist. Hovering here for 3, for 2, for 1. And then kick your right leg out in front of you. Flip onto both heels. Lift left arm. Looking up to the ceiling. Lift those hips. Draw belly up and in. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Right leg lifts up high. Three-legged dog. And release. Pedaling out your knees. One at a time. Alternating one heel and then the other heel to the mat. And then coming to your still dog. Make sure hands are shoulder width apart. Spread fingers wide. Push your chest to your thighs. Lift those hips as heels drop. Weights on the right foot as left leg lifts up high. Press the heel away from you. Lower the right heel. Bend left knee. Rotate left hip. Look underneath left arm. Staying here or dropping to your wild thing. Arching your back. Lifting the hips. Looking behind you. Breathing here. Draw belly up and in, strong core as left hand comes to the mat, left leg lifts. Three-legged dog, press into the hands. Inhale, left knee to left elbow. Pause. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Can you touch your knee to your nose? Inhale, lift. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, pausing here. Supporting your weight and then extend the leg. Flip to both heels, both legs straight. Right arm lifts. Looking up. Very nice, everyone. So strong. And then right hand to the mat, left leg lifts and release to downward dog. Pedaling out one leg and the other. One side and the other. Coming to a still dog, press into your hands, chest to thighs, lift the hips, heels to the mat. Breathing here. For 5. Pull your shoulder blades in and slide them together down your spine. For 4. For 3, press your heels to the mat. For 2, lift your belly up and in. For 1, looking forward. Stepping or jumping to the top of your mat, feet together, forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, lift your arms up high behind you. Try and touch your nose to your knees as arms come up and over behind you. And then coming back, chair pose. Drop hips, lift arms, shoulders away from ears. Pausing here, breathing here. And inhale, release. Hands at heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Keeping hands at heart center, step your right leg out wide, coming to a straddle pose. I'm losing my leggings. Hands at heart center. Lift belly, lift kneecaps, lift front of thighs. Starting to hinge forward from the hips, coming to a flat back pose. Release arms out long to the side, palms facing down. Pull your shoulders away from the ears. Pull your belly up and in, strong core. As you start to twist to the right, left fingertips coming to the floor, right arm lifting up. That's it, nice. Squeeze that right shoulder blade behind you. Lift those right fingers up towards the ceiling. Keep that core strong as you come back to center. And then right fingers to the mat, left arm lifting up. Keep pulling belly up and in. Squeezing left shoulder blade behind you. And exhale, release both hands to the floor and fold forward. Let your torso just hang. Keep your kneecaps lifting. Keep the front of the thighs strong. Give your head a little nod, a little shake. Breathing here. Just feel your Spine lengthening perhaps, maybe moving your feet a tiny bit wider, finding a bit of extra length. Maybe your head is almost touching the ground. And then reach your hands wide. Take hold of both big toes with your middle finger, index finger, and thumb. Inhale, straighten your spine, straight arms. As you exhale, bend arms out to the side and pull your body down. Pull your head down to the mat. Strong on the backs of the legs, but just keep pulling. Keep pulling belly up and in. Keep pulling on the toes. And release toes, bringing hands under face. Left hand stays on the mat, left arm straightens. Right arm lifts up to the twist, reaching up, looking up. You'll feel this on the inner left thigh. Squeeze that right shoulder blade behind you a little bit more. Try and twist a tiny bit more. Use the waist muscles as right hand comes down under face. Left arm lifting up to your twist. Squeeze left shoulder blade behind you. And exhale, release. Press your hands into the mat, lift your heels, bring your heels in, toes facing outwards, and rolling up, coming to a goddess pose. Drop the hips, cactus arms, palms forward, spread fingers wide, squeeze shoulder blades together. And just a couple of little pumps, just sinking a little bit deeper into the pose perhaps. Dropping those hips a bit lower perhaps, coming down, 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 and I can't get into squat pose, but you can all come down into your Hindi squat. Nice. Knees, elbows inside knees, pressing those knees nice and wide. And bringing your hands down in front of you. We're going to take a crow pose. We haven't done it for a while. So spread fingers wide. Slide your upper arms on the inner sides of your knees. Shift weight forwards. And walk your toes back together behind you, coming to the tip of the big toe. And you can alternate lifting one foot at a time, or maybe both feet coming to your crow pose. See what feels good for you today. Not done it for a while. It's a very challenging pose. Fabulous, everybody. And then using your hands to support you, bringing yourself down and extending legs long away from you. Give your legs a little bash, interlace your fingers and rotate those wrists a little, releasing tension. And then arms either side, fingers facing forward. We're coming to a reverse plank. If it's too much for you, you can bend your knees and come to a reverse tabletop. See what's going to feel good for you today. Point the toes if you're in reverse plank. Draw belly up and in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release hips. Release arms out, lifting up. Pull toes towards you as you forward fold, taking hold of the feet. Extending spine long and releasing down towards the knees. Deep, slow, even breaths. Releasing the feet, bringing hands either side of hips, point your toes, and we're lifting back up, reverse plank. Supporting yourself, press hard into your hands, pull belly up and in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower hips, pull feet towards you, arms reach out and up, and exhale, fold, nose towards knees. Inhale, releasing, bringing yourself to your seated pose. Arms in front of you, C-shape your lower back and slowly rolling down without using your hands, coming down to lying on the mat. Bring your arms long overhead, point your toes and flex your feet as you take a full body stretch. And then slide your arms out wide, either side of you, T-shape, palms facing up. Relax shoulders. Engage your Uddiyana Bandha. Lift belly button up and in as one knee lifts, other knee lifts, adjusting your hips and lower back. Keep that core drawing up and in as you lower both legs to the right, all the way down, turning head to the left. You can put your right hand on top of the left knee if you want a deeper twist, or take hold of the big toe, extending leg, coming to a full supine twist. Your choice, your body, your yoga practice. Relax hips, relax shoulders. And releasing the big toe if you're in a bind. Use your core to bring your legs up. It's amazing how heavy they are. And then slowly use the core to lower both legs to the left, turning head to the right, left hand on left thigh, or taking hold of the big toe, straightening right leg. And relax your hips, relax your shoulders. Releasing big toe. Use that core to bring those heavy legs up to center. One last hug of the knees into the chest. A little roll from side to side, turning the head as well. And then release your feet to the mat, straightening legs to the corners, adjusting hips and shoulders, arms by the side. Curl your toes in, squeeze the sole of the foot, squeeze every muscle in your feet, squeeze your ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, and your butt cheeks. Squeeze everything so hard your legs lift off the mat. Squeeze, 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 squeeze your butt cheeks harder, and release the legs. Make fists with your fingers, straighten your arms, engage shoulder muscles, your neck, your head, lifting your upper body, lift, 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 pull your belly up and in as you squeeze your face together. Every upper body muscle tensed, and release to the mat. Shavasana, relax your shoulders, relax everything. Taking a deep breath in. And long exhale through the nose. Deep breath in. Exhale through the nose. And relax those shoulders. Deep, slow, even breaths in your Shavasana. Relax your feet, your legs, your body, your arms, your head and your face. And then slowly start to move your fingers, your toes, rotating wrists and ankles, and then bringing legs together. Point your feet, flex your feet. Draw Uddiyana Bandha up and in as you inhale, arms up high and stretch them overhead. Point your feet, flex your feet. Now, draw the Uddiyana Bandha up and in. Engage that core and use the core to bring one knee into the chest, the other knee into the chest, and then wrap your arms around your knees. A little rock from side to side, rolling over onto one side. Pressing yourself up to your cross-legged seat pose and hands to heart center. One more lift of the belly, lifting up, pulling in as hands lift, looking up to the third eye, and namaste.